Hello, everyone. Welcome to our weekly live show at Pros&Babes, where we empower you, performance-driven moms who are, I'll use the term now, probably really exhausted and overwhelmed and just so tired, right? We empower you to regain your professional identity, your joy, and your success without compromising your family happiness or health. So I wanted really to acknowledge today that this is a hard time of the year for many of you. You've just been giving it your all on so many fronts. And we have such a special guest today, again from the United States, from Minnesota. We did have a guest from Minnesota a couple of weeks ago, Mary K. Ziniewicz, founder of Bus Stop Mamas, and we're going to be talking about flexible work. So her whole business is built on matching opportunities of flexible work with mamas. So Mary Kay, please tell us all about it.
Well, thanks. Thanks for inviting me to your show. This is super exciting for me. And thanks for pronouncing my name so eloquently, like nobody says it right. So thank you.
It's common heritage. These are letters I often see together. The CZ, it's one I'm very familiar with.
Yeah, well, thank you. So yeah, Bus Stop Mamas is my business. And what Bus Stop Mamas is a tech platform that instantly connects businesses seeking people for work to people off the market looking for jobs. Most of our network are stay-at-home moms. So we connect moms with flexible work that flexes with their schedule. We talk about our moms in 3 segments: car seat, bus seat, and driver seat. So for those, I think we're talking to all mamas here. For moms with younger kids, as your kids grow, they will they'll change, and your availability and your schedule will also change. So Bus Stop Mamas is founded on the premise that as our kids get older, how they need us and the amount of time and we have changes and flexes. And we're all about being mom's best friend. So no matter who mom is, no matter where she is, no matter what she wants, we don't tell mama what to do. We just present her with jobs. So our platform is, we have a patent pending on our platform, and for our process. We put mom in the driver's seat, meaning we post the jobs, all jobs to mom, and then mom reviews the jobs. She vets herself. She decides if she has the skill set. And as soon as she decides if the job meets her interests and skills and schedule, she hits a button, introduce me. And as soon as she hits that button, she's introduced to the decision maker. So no black holes, everybody gets through. We don't collect resumes, we do instant introductions. So Kinia, meet Susie and let us know how it goes. And as soon as you make a decision, the business owner make a decision on a hire, then we build a business. So there's never a fee to mom, and there's no fee to businesses unless they make a hire. So everybody wins in our process: family, business, and mama, most importantly. So you are selecting what works for you. Our network is 60% stay-at-home moms and 40% women who are presently working. And many of those women are the primary financial providers for their family. So these women are looking for high-level, high-paying jobs that will fit their schedule. So we post temporary, part-time, full-time jobs. All of the employers know that our population is moms. So they are hiring with the expectation to accommodate mom's schedule, which is super important.
Wow, that's amazing. I know that a lot of people are dreaming of that right now. So you and I just started, we chatted a bit before the show, and obviously you're based in the States, and then I asked you about opportunities being available to Canadians. So we're starting to get into the nitty gritty of like work permits and stuff, but it sounds like there are opportunities that can be done remotely. Can you tell us more about some of the opportunities? Because you said you work with doctors, with lawyers, with chemists, gardeners, like everything. Could you tell us about a couple of the opportunities that might be done remotely? I assume gardening might not be able to be done remotely, although I don't know at this strange time. But what kind of remote opportunities exist, for example?
Well, we're trying to increase our remote opportunities. It's really interesting because a lot of people will presume that we're getting all remote jobs right now during COVID times. And the truth is we're getting probably 1/3 of our jobs are remote, and we need more remote jobs. So we're making a real effort to expand those remote opportunities. But remote opportunities could include anything. We have accountant jobs that are remote, marketing jobs. We need more of those. Digital marketing jobs, social media marketing, customer service. All of these jobs, translate to remote work and anywhere in the world rather fluidly. So yes, no matter where you are, you can take a look at the jobs that we have and feel free to join our network, and it's free to join. So look at the jobs, and if there's one that appeals to you and it's remote and you are interested, hit introduce me. You'll get introduced. Everyone gets through. We have moms in Canada. We have moms in England. We have moms in South Africa. Oddly, all of our growth has come word of mouth. So South Africa grew like really quickly. We have no idea how that happened, but we have like when I'm saying grow quickly, I'm exaggerating because there's just a few moms, but we thought it was kind of amazing that our message when we just started last year traveled so far, and that's exciting.
That is amazing growth. And I'm learning as we're talking. And I hope Rajveer, I know Rajveer from our team is inviting people to join us and to watch. Moms often watch the replays too later on.
Okay.
I might be working and it's lunchtime here in Edmonton. So sometimes we have people watching after. But Rajveer, if you could be so kind to type in the comments where women can find bus stop mamas and look at the opportunities, that would be wonderful for our viewers. So tell us about how you decided to create the business. Really, I'm so curious. You're a mama as well. You were talking about your daughter being a skier. So tell us about. Usually we ask our guests to talk about their family life and their professional life. So if you could introduce us to both, I'd love to hear more.
Sure. So in my personal situation, my husband was the stay-at-home parent for the first 10 years of our daughter's life. And he, like many parents, we're multidimensional people. And we were, even though we loved what he was doing as a stay-at-home parent, he wanted to do other things. Anyways, he was feeling sad. He wanted to exercise his other talents. He wanted to contribute to our household income, and he wanted to be around adults. So he went back to work, and I brought my business. I worked with marketing. I worked in marketing and branding for law firms around the country for about 10 years prior to Bus Stop Mamas. And before that, I worked in branding and business development for law firms as chief marketing officer and marketing director. So I have a heavy marketing background, but in professional services. I'm not an HR person. I don't know anything about HR or tech, and that's my business. So anyways, that's a whole other story. So I brought my business in-house, and then I got to stand out at the bus stop for the very first time with all the other moms in the neighborhood. And these women are just incredible women, all of whom left really promising careers to care for their children. And here we all were waving to our kids as they shoved off on the bus. And everyone would turn to each other and say, "So what are you doing today?" And I felt that same sadness at the bus stop. Like, oh my gosh, all of this amazing talent is right here and businesses need them. And I thought, I've got to find these mamas jobs. And then I went down this path of figuring out like what's the market right now. And this was in 2015. And here in the United States in 2015, in the workforce space, I started going to workforce conferences. They were saying, by 2020, the economists and demographers were saying, by 2020, the world's coming to an end, not enough people to fill these jobs. So we had 7.3 million unfilled jobs and only 6 million people looking for work. And this was just the number of January of this year even. And now we have like 23 million purge jobs, but that's all changing. But back in 2015, there was this incredible urgency by the economists and demographers to find a solution. And I thought, I've got a solution. It's this nascent talent pool of moms who are just sitting there at the bus stops. Anyways, so I started talking to businesses at that time, and they said, we have plenty of people in the pipeline, don't need your offering. So I tabled the idea, kept watching the market. In 2018, 2018, December of 2018, the Me Too movement was in full movement. The market had changed substantially. The need caught up with the businesses, and it was time to do Bus Stop Mamas. And I said to my daughter, who was 12 at the time, I said, "Oh, Lily, I have to do Bus Stop Mamas, but I don't want to spend any money on it." And she said, "Mama, what do you need right now?" And I said, "I need a website and I don't want to pay anybody to do it." And she said, "I can do it, Mama." And an hour later, Bus Stop Mamas was alive and kicking. So we put the website up January of last year, and then we've been growing. So we've got about 3,500 moms in our network right now. It grows every day. All the moms are welcome. So please, if you're listening, please join our network. We grow word of mouth primarily. We do some social media, ads, but not a lot of paid ads. So we grow. We want all moms in our network because we really believe that we're making a big change for moms in the workplace, meaning there's room for babies and motherhood and parenting and careers. And the economy is reliant on us because I like to say we've got superpowers. And those superpowers are needed for our world to continue to move. No mamas, no people, right? So really and truly, we are in a position that we have more clout than ever. So one of your questions that I read was, what's advice for moms who need flexible work? And one of my suggestions is to just know you're needed. Going in with the confidence that you're needed on all levels. Businesses recognize, at least they're beginning to recognize, COVID is introducing a reason for businesses to understand the complications of family and work. It's never been more clear of what's happening, who leaves. Mom is leaving. Women are exiting the workforce in the largest number since the 1970s. The workforce is losing women quickly. Women of all races, all ethnicities. It's the great exodus right now. So we're really in a powerful position to say, hey, I'm a qualified candidate. I'd love this job, and I need some consideration on my my family schedule. Ask for it.
I know 2020 feels like it's been in many ways a glum year, although it was also full of opportunities. I will agree with you, opportunities to pivot, to be creative, to create new things. I don't know how much, I don't know if you follow Alberta's economy at all. We were an oil hub, right, for that. And even before the pandemic hit, things were kind of rough here. So I'll put a little twist on the question. What if we're in do you have any thoughts on what if we're in a labor market that is actually tough for anybody right now, right? Where a lot of people are looking for jobs. What are your tips when negotiating flexibility there? Because that's, what if so many people are competing for the same job and you ask for flexibility? How would you put a twist on that request to still be considered an interesting candidate?
Yeah, absolutely. We see that generally speaking, moms are super efficient. And I think we all know that in the household, our efficiency and our ability to juggle many things is outperforms maybe our male counterparts. And in this COVID world right now, experience and efficiency are key to remote workers being successful. So whether it's training, we have many mothers are skilled with so many problem solving, logistics, the ability to juggle many things, and our efficiency is there. So we save businesses money, and the bottom line matters. And I think that the more we focus on our the characteristics and the skills and the experience that we have and we bring to the table that makes us a unique hire and ready to run, we're saving businesses money.
I love how you're making the business case. I encourage moms all the time to think about how motherhood is creating professional skills in them and not taking away. And it's true, the efficiency is there. Like when you know you have a tight ship to run at home, and you become so much more focused on what really needs to get done. So you are framing those skills in that light that we do encourage Pros and Babes community members to think about. I really like that. Thank you. So let's see, is there anything else? Actually, you and I were talking about that tipping point. What else would you like to share with our audience of moms? So we have a mix of everything, mostly professional degrees, professional jobs, but everything, a mix from lawyers to engineers. We have a lot of engineers actually coming to observe what we do, because the attrition rates are so high in STEM fields, and the work schedule is actually so demanding. So what kind of message might you have for moms who are dreaming of another life, one that might be a little bit more flexible, but where they can still use those professional talents and gifts? Because one thing we notice and that we discuss with moms is that flexible work often comes at the cost of interesting work, and so women often don't think about that when they take a flexible job. So what are your observations or learnings on that topic, if you have maybe a different perspective or what you've observed with your company?
I think anything is possible, and I think everything is possible, and I think this is the ideal time for us to spread our wings and fly. We are needed. Our intellectual, especially engineers in STEM, oh my gosh, so many companies need you. They really and truly need you, and flexibility is a benefit for them. Your flexibility allows them to have access to you at an affordable rate for them. Not that that I'm encouraging cutting your fees or thinking that you're not worth as much, but if they can hire you either as a 1099 or on a part-time basis, and you can keep your foot in the door and grow your career. We talk about car seat, bus seat, driver seat. So throughout that life cycle, you get in with the company and maybe you want to do 10 hours a week, and then maybe you want to grow that to full time over the next 10 years. That's a great way to look at your career. I also want to point out one other thing in terms of like just something I'm very passionate about at Bus Stop Mamas, and that is pregnancy and motherhood. And bringing awareness around. I hear from women all the time, I'm pregnant, I'm 5 months pregnant, I can't look for a job right now. I find that to be unbelievable in the 21st century, that we are expected to not look for work when we're pregnant. I have a number of women who are single moms, they're pregnant, and they feel like they can't interview for work. This is a big issue. I don't know if it translates to Canada at all, but here in the US, we provide tax benefits for certain types of workers, like formerly incarcerated workers, anybody that really benefits to be reconsidered, as a good employee for a business. And I'm working right now to get legislation that supports pregnant women and motherhood. So a business, if Kinia, you're interviewing and you're 8 months pregnant and your male counterpart has a spouse who's 8 months pregnant at home, for me as a business, it doesn't make a lot of fiscal sense for me to hire you, because you're going to be on maternity leave and you may or may not return to work. 43% of women don't return to work. So it's in my best interest to hire him. So I'm proposing that businesses get tax benefits for hiring pregnant women and for being mothers, because we are contributing to the bottom line in terms of people. And when we talk about children being the future of our country, of our world, we need to get some offsets for this big responsibility that we carry. And we love our children. So in our network of mamas, what unites us all, and we're all different, is that we all want the very best for our children. That's how we are all the very same. And that's what gives us our power, our momentum to keep going, to keep charging ahead in hard times, exercise our superpowers, because we can do it, and we are doing it, and we are changing things. So it's exciting to be working and talking to people like you who are helping women get their confidence and courage. We talk about 3 C's: courage, confidence, compassion. And those 3 things, those are my drivers. Every morning, me and my daughter pray courage, confidence, compassion on our way to school. And that's what you're doing, Kinia. And I am so thankful to you for supporting so many women and lifting them up and letting them know they can do it, because we can do it. We do it all the time.
You are brimming with so much positive energy, and I love that. You're a great storyteller too. When you were talking about that moment at the bus stop, I'm not there in my life yet. My kids are too little, but I know in Canada it's different here. You can take a longer maternity leave, and it's protected. Your job is protected for up to 18 months, and you can take a 12 months of paid or partially paid maternity leave, right? So what happens is women make this transition from being working moms to a completely different role. And so I think that feeling that you're talking about at the bus stop, that loss of identity, whatever it was, right? First work was the anchor, then motherhood becomes the anchor, and then kids go to school. And then it's like, well, you're not maybe anchored in the same way in the motherhood identity as you used to be, or in your professional identity. So when you talked about that moment of women turning to each other, that really hit home with me. And I love the analogy that you make with like or the story arc, right? That you make the car seat, bus stop, driver seat, or bus seat, driver seat. It's a really, really wonderful way of looking at it. And my gratitude extends to you as well. I always love interviewing guests from a different country, because it gives us so much perspective, right? For new ideas, for innovation, gratitude for what we have here. I have a lot of American friends that say like, oh, I wish I had the Canadian maternity leave, right? So.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for sharing your time with us today. Rajveer posted where mamas can find you. She posted your Facebook page, she posted your web page, and please show us your mug. I really like your mug. So
oh yeah, forgot.
Yeah, work like a mother. Yes, this is our we align, and then bus stop mamas under that. Well, we would love to see you in our group. Please post and share if there are opportunities to learn more about what you do. Feel free to share in our group, and even sharing your perspective as well as a working mom, as a business owner. Any last words before we wrap up this show this week?
No, just thanks, and you can do it, Mom. We've got your back. You've got great support all around you. Use it. So
lovely.
Thanks.
Lovely. Thank you. You've been a guest.
Thanks.
I will see you backstage.
Okay.